What's up, Terabytes? I'm Tara with Tara Simon Studios, and for the first time, I'm going to be deep dive analyzing Kehlani's Folded from A Colors Show. Let's go. You guys know I'm a sucker for strings, so this is going very well, very early on in the game. Oh.
So silly of me to act like I don't need you bad. When all I can think about is that since I seen you last, I know I didn't have to walk away. All I had to do was ask for space.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so she's really using her breath in a very smart way here. She's adding kind of pauses, walk away, like in this very subtle percussive way. The spin of her breath is also helping her do really quick 3-note runs down. Like in this recent melodic line here.
Had to do was ask for space.
Space, da 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 da. Really nice, da da da, that 3-note run down. But you can't do that unless you're spinning on the breath with nice vibrato, because she's actually doing that run to the speed of the vibrato. The vibrato is actually acting as the engine in which those notes fall down upon. Also, if you're not familiar with A Colors Show, they have a single color in the background so as not to distract us, the audience, from anything except for the singer, the song, and the whole vibe going on. And I really appreciate that, because in a world where there's a ton of like pyrotechnics and fanfare and all sorts of craziness going on in concerts, which is always fun and cool, I am such a fan of a stripped down performance where there's just honest to goodness singing, great writing, great instrumentation, and just letting that wash over you in its most simplest and high level form.
Telling you be on your way when I told you to fall back. So can you come pick up your clothes?
I had that H again there. Ooh, folded, interesting. All right, if you're a singer and you're watching this and you're like, okay, literally she's baking in runs into the melodic line of the hook, you're correct, she is. Which, by the way, if you don't possess good vocal agility and great pitch articulation, that puts you out of the running for singing a song like this, because you simply cannot do the notes justice. They just go too fast. I have, like, that would just be too difficult for you. It takes ab support. It takes you having vibrato to be able to, again, have that engine in which the notes can move upon. And those skills are something that can be trained into a voice. But if you don't have that naturally, then you do need to work to get it. And it is possible. I have trained it into many, many voices, and so have my coaches. But some people do have this naturally. I can't say whether she has or not. I don't know if she's trained, but it does seem like she's very comfortable in this genre and like it sort of just is in her, which is really nice. But these runs in the chorus, they're definitely unique. And I love how lyrically the title of the song is Folded, which makes me wonder, like, what's folded? And I love how she just sort of like very subtly used folded, like, I have your clothes folded. And you're like, oh, that's why the song title is that. I really love that. It's kind of like a little Easter egg. You're listening for this word in the song that you haven't heard yet to explain why the title is Folded.
No, it's getting cold out, but it's not frozen. So come pick up your clothes. I had them.
Okay, now that's also interesting choice. I was waiting for her to say folded again, but she didn't. Did I have a mini stroke for a second? Didn't happen. Interesting. And I don't know why, because it's not like she said it all that many times. That's cool. I'm down for it. Like, you know, okay, like their artistic expression sometimes doesn't mean expressing anything. Sometimes it means omitting things, right? As she just did there, like you want to say folded. In fact, maybe you are as the listener being like, folded, like you finish it for her because she didn't. But she only said it once. And I wonder if that's the way that she does it in the rest of the choruses. Remember, I listen to these one time with you. I never pre-listen. And so I don't know, but let's see as we continue listening if she actually says folded at the end of another chorus. I kind of want her to, just for like the resolution of it. But I also sort of love that she didn't. I'm very torn right now.
Decide for you. No.
Got this nasality to her that really keeps the sound forward. I'm down for that.
No matter what you do to switch the story up.
Okay, very important still shot I'm going to show you right here. Right there. Notice how she's using the classic nose scrunch I'm always talking about and the cheekbone raise to get that top note forward and out of her mouth without it being weighed down and stuck into her throat. No matter what, it is itchy, it doesn't sound good, it's just bad all around. But when you take that same note and you move the placement and the resonance up and forward, listen to the change. No matter what you do, it's so much easier. I could do that a million times and it sounds better, but it costs such less vocal dollars. If you don't know what vocal dollars are, you need to get in a session so that you understand that, but it costs you so much less vocally to do that. And it's smart singing. You're singing smarter, not harder there. That's so good. Watch again, watch the nose scrunch. It's so good. This isn't the first time she's done it, but this is a higher note. So I did want to emphasize that for you guys that are singers watching this.
No matter what you do to switch
it also looks cool too.
I know I made my mark. And I would still choose you through it all. That's the crazy part. Crazy part.
Crazy part. Nice.
Empty promises. Promise me that you got it. I don't need roses, just need some flowers for mine. Can't you go back to how you loved on me when you started? I've been here for you. You should be giving me love all damn day till the day is done.
Nice. I love how she didn't get wolfy there on the bottom. Done. She still stayed forward. She still stayed up instead of done, where the tone totally changes. She stayed true to the character of tone that she's had this entire time. I also want to point out something you may not have noticed yet. Have you seen her feet move? One time. Have you seen them move at all? Not one time. No. Her feet are completely planted right underneath her. What you have seen move is her shoulders, her head, sometimes her hands, especially now that we're getting into the song more and she's emoting and expressing and she's laid the foundation down from the beginning. That is really great vocal anchoring. She's completely firmly planted, super secure, but this is simple, guys. This is underdone, and yet it's so impressive. And the impressiveness lies in the simplicity and the excellence, the high level excellence of singing and artistry that's going on right now that has nothing to do with crazy movements or a lot of like overdone motion. I do believe in full body singing, and she is full body singing, even if she's not bending and using her legs to squat down. She's still singing from the ground up because she is standing very grounded.
So if you wanna go that way, I'll be waiting up for you to come pick up your clothes.
Yes!
Leave me at the door.
Notice the slight vocal variations in this chorus. Not big, but subtly there. I love that guitar in the back. Does she say it?
So come pick up your clothes.
She did not say it. She still has not said it. It's kind of driving me nuts now. I need her to say it. Say fold at the end. Ah! Why do I care? Why does that bother me? So she's going into a new chorus now. She did do some vocal variations in this last chorus. Let's see what she does in this chorus. Fun fact about Kehlani, actually, that you may not know, she had vocal surgery to remove polyps on her vocal folds years ago and had to really completely relearn how to sing and to resonate in different places in her voice, kind of change and refashion the way that she phonated or made sound. And I love that she was open about that, because I think there's this huge stigma around, oh, if a singer has any vocal issues whatsoever, they weren't singing healthfully, they weren't that good, you know, they didn't have what it takes. And that's wrong. It's the equivalent of saying if someone has a mental health condition that they should be quiet about needing therapy or getting help. Like, that's sort of wrong. And I hate that in general on all accounts. But as a vocalist myself, I find it brave and inspirational that she was open about that, and also didn't just like go into the distance and be like, oh, I'm finished. Like, no, she relearned how to sing and started from square one and built herself up again. That takes courage, grit, tenacity, and all sorts of other amazing qualities. So that's why now maybe you see this nose scrunch and more intentional mask focused placement, because placement in the mask weighs a lot less on the vocal folds than placement in the throat or in the chest, which requires heavier tones and colors in the voice. So whenever you're up here, you're highlight bright, you're equivalent to lifting 5-pound dumbbells at the gym versus big, beefy, hefty sound, which is like the equivalent of grabbing some 25s. It's a lot different of a workload. And lucky for her, this Oakland soul R&B sound, this 90s vibe that she's got going on is perfect. It's perfect for that tone. So bonus is that it even fits the genre that she's bent towards and loves to sing in even better. Okay, I love that so much. Leave me at my. That was amazing. And that's really creative because there's no part of the chord progression or instrumentation underneath that would lead you to expect those notes. Let's listen again. That was wonderful. She took the half step down from lead, da-da, which is not anywhere in the key or the chord. But then she resolved it at door. Listen closely.
So come pick up your clothes. I had them for dinner. Meet me at my door.
Oh, so
Still open. I know it's getting cold out, but tell me that it's not frozen. So come pick up your clothes.
That was the very first time I think I heard her sing in any kind of straightforward head voice. It was beautiful. It was full of breath. It was very intimate. It was almost like a final time of saying, get your dang clothes and get out. Like, come. That was great. Let's listen again right there. It was a head voice note for sure.
It's getting cold out, but tell me that it's not frozen. So come pick up
And that H before the O was beautiful.
I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you.
Beautiful.
I'll let your
Body. Yes.
body for you.
All mask placement up here.
I'll let
Even though it's chest voice.
decide if it's good enough, babe.
So sonically, let me give you an example. So this whole beautiful nasal mask placements, come pick up, that's nice and light, right? But the same notes could be sung in a different treatment in the voice. Come pick up your, and then it's like, whoa, what is that? What is that, Broadway? Was that like you're yelling? I don't know. But that's not the way that she's producing the sound. The whole time, it's this light, bright, airy, da 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 da, which also really invites very clean, light, agile riffs and runs. If you're heavy in the belt, then you got a lot of weight to trudge through, and it's much more difficult and heavy lifting to also do riffs and runs with that same tonality. So that's why in R&B and soul, you really hear singers sing with that kind of like nice, light, bright, easy, laid back nasality in their voices, because it also allows their riffs and runs to be fully engaged, fast, crispy, on pitch, in the center of the timing, all of those things that you want. So if you're finding it hard to do riffs and runs, perhaps you're singing too heavy. Perhaps you need to lighten up your sound and work on getting it into a more mask chest placement, because that does exist. I know a lot of people think mask equals head voice. It doesn't. Mask just equals a place where sound resonates. And a lot of times it's synonymous with head voice, but it is not exclusive to head voice. There's a difference.
Let your body decide if it's good enough, babe. No.
See, right there again. She's giving her secrets away if you just listen and watch for it. I love how chill she is. I love how it's just not a big deal. It's just something that she's doing, something that she's singing, something she's expressing. Still hasn't moved a foot. Not one pinky toe. That's how it's done, y'all. Simple, understated, but ever so intricate and impressive all at the same time. I love artists that are just so good that all they need to do is stand there and sing and emote, and that is Kehlani. And as a songwriter, I also really appreciate the artistry inside of the writing of this song. If you're a singer watching this and you're inspired, or maybe you have some questions about the breakdown within some of my analyses of this performance, then what you should do next is click the link in my description box below and get yourself a discounted first online vocal lesson with either me or one of my vocal coaches at Tara Simon Studios. I personally guarantee you it'll be the best decision you ever made for your voice, because in just 1/2 hour, we're gonna blow your ever-loving mind with all of the things that your voice is capable of that you never thought possible. And if you're still in the video watching vibe, click this video next, because speaking of amazing singers and amazing songs, this is definitely one of them. I love you guys so much. I am so proud of you. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.